today on Divorce Court.
I want my husband, Jontel, to stop cheating on me and get a real job.
The same thing she loved about me when we first got together is like now is what she hates about me.
I want the judge to get through to Jontel that we're married and he needs to take it seriously.
Mariana wants a 9-to-5 type of guy. You know, I like to get money. I like to travel around and be freelance. So 9-to-5 just isn't me.
Jontel has to stop cheating and lying because I'm ready to leave.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Moriana Brown and Jontel Shade. The two of you have been together for 5 years, but you've been married for less than a year. You're in trouble already. You're trying not to get a divorce, and you wanted to talk to me about your situation to see if I could help you out. You have 2 children together and 1 more on the way. So we need to get this thing together here. So why don't you tell me, Ms. Brown, I'm going to start with you. What's going on, and why do you need my help?
Pretty much, Your Honor, is lying, cheating. We would have a perfect marriage if he just kept it in his pants, honestly.
So you'd have a perfect marriage if he'd stop sleeping with other women?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Shade, I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond. Are you sleeping with other women, or is she just jealous?
No, like when we first got together, I was a little wild, but I take marriage very seriously. And, basically, yeah, I got caught in a few lies in the past, so the same behavior she assumes a lot. So
okay. Now you're saying you got caught. You mean you did cheat on her early on before you got married?
Yeah, correct.
But once you said I do, you didn't anymore.
No.
You've been true, honest, and faithful.
Yeah.
Ms. Brown, give me an example that you believe would prove to me that he's cheated since you've been married.
He leaves quite often, and it's not just him leaving the house. He will leave for days at a time.
Why would he leave for days at a time?
We'll be perfectly fine. He'll be, I'm gonna go to the store, and that store trip take 3 days.
Now, Mr. Shade, do you take 3 days to go to the store?
That happened one time, man. That happened.
3 times.
It only happened one time. Well, what does one do when one goes to the store and then leaves for 3 days? How does that happen to you?
Okay.
Did you get kidnapped? I mean...
Okay, I have to give you some of a short backstory. Like,
please.
Okay, we moved away from a town that I'm from Danville. We move away like 30 miles away. It's U of I campus, Champaign. That's good. But everyone I know is in Danville. So it was a situation where I didn't plan on leaving. It was like a couple of my friends were in town, like from out of town, Arizona, and they were there. And they were like, hey, we're in Champaign. And it was like, yeah, I intentionally did leave for the store. And, you know, it was like, hey, I just hopped in the car, chilling. By the time I realized, like, hey, I'm in Danville. Like, I knew she was gonna flip out. I didn't say anything. And then day 1 turned to 2. And then I got like 1,000 messages. I was like, I can't go home right now. It was like, because it's not just anger.
I understand. He has my son's philosophy about trouble. If he's out past curfew, you might as well stay a couple of days because he's already in trouble, right. So why not enjoy it?
That sounds bad when you say it like that.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's gonna be bad, might as well make it worth my time. Now, Ms. Brown, other than the leaving, any other things that are bothering you or makes you believe that he's cheating on you?
I've seen text messages, Facebook messages.
And what do they say?
A girl texts him, oh, you supposed to be coming over, but you can't just come for 30 minutes and then take off how you usually do.
Oh, well, now there you go.
You're there. You can't deny being there. And his thing is, oh, it's just talk. That I wasn't really there. She wouldn't say you was there if you wasn't.
Didn't you actually catch him at some other woman's house, though?
Yes, this was before we got married.
Well, tell me what happened so I can get an idea where all your suspicion comes from. And I think I know where you're going to go with that, but go ahead.
Before, it was him just on social media making dates with another girl. I happened to find out where this girl lived, went by the house while he was there, and he was actually there like he said he was going to be, even though he said it was just talk. I knock on the door, she comes to the door, he realizes it's me, and he tries to take off. I had a friend with me that took me there, and she hands me a taser. So when he sees this taser, he's really like, I'm out of here. He's nowhere inside in the blink of an eye.
Did you tased the guy?
I couldn't catch him if I wanted to.
Did she come after you with a taser?
Yeah, that happened.
Now, Mr. Shade.
Okay, it wasn't like I wasn't just at someone's house just chilling. No, it wasn't the certain female, and the reason she got the taser and the accomplice in this is because the certain female she posted a lot of promiscuous, activity and photos. It was a certain social media site. People was reporting her pages and stuff, and she was getting blocked and stuff like that. So it was a team of females who don't like this girl. So when it found out it was her, it was like her and like they all rallied.
Yeah, it was that
hop in, let's go
crowd.
get
Yeah,
her."
they were.
So I took it to the way I do, I was basically telling her, hey, instead of being flagged by all this stuff, you can go to this site where they don't flag you. People actually embrace the activity, and you can reach out. Like I was encouraged, and I do a little photography work and stuff. So yes, I was doing it as business and stuff. And like I said, the word got around, and it was like, wait, this whole.
So is there like this female e-gang of women who go around and torment other women they believe or
It's
not?
nothing like that. It's this specific girl that she's out here, oh, I'm the side chick. I'm who's going to be with your baby daddy. She's that type of female, and he made himself available to this female.
I got you.
He's on every social site possible, and on every single one of them, he's been single since I met him. There's multiple females on these different sites. Like, he won't admit it. Just recently, he finally put on Facebook that he's married, but he still want to deny, oh, that was just some Facebook stuff. She hacked my page. I didn't put that.
Now, Mr. Shade, you have said in your papers, and I think we've seen here already, that Ms. Brown has a bad temper and does some unusual things when she gets angry. I understand she has done some damage to your personal items. Would you care to explain that story to me?
It was another situation where it was another female that was kind of the same. It was like a mutual friendship through a club that I was promoting and helping with flyers and stuff. And basically, she wasn't messing with me, but she was messing with somebody there, so we mingled a lot and was at the time I didn't have license. She drove me around a lot, and she was assuming I was sleeping with her, and therefore flipped out. We'd go by her house, and I happened to ride by, and I see like that looks like my hoodie on. I said that looks like my shirt. Like she went to the lady house and was just throwing my clothes like all around her house, and I'm like, I'm not even sleeping with this woman, so I'm like seeing my clothes around and everything. And like basically it was a lot of, on top of that, a lot of mean texts. Hey, when I see you, I'm gonna do.
And
so I
she
stayed
blew you.
away, and I ended up like that was the case. I didn't cheat with her, but eventually I mingled and ended up cheating with someone else. But that was kind of a breakup. That was kind of a breakup. You put me out. You thought.
I ain't mad at you yet, Mr. Shade, because all that happened before you were married. Once you said I do, you didn't do that stuff anymore.
Yes, yeah.
Mrs. Brown, let me ask you something. What's the point of taking his clothes, bleaching them, and throwing them on somebody else's lawn? How is that going to get him to come home and stay home and be home?
That wasn't the goal. You leave for a week, then obviously you have somewhere else to go. I'm not going to just go to someone's house unless I know he's there. He had already been there for several days. This girl had already let me know that they had been together. This girl, she's not lying. She go as far as taking pictures of him sleeping. So this is where you land up at. So
Now,
I'm gonna
Mr.
bring your clothes to you.
Mr. Shade, I was working for you over here, and then I fell in the well. What? Were you sleeping with that woman?
No, like I was smoking weed. You smoke the gas, you get sleepy, you pass out. They thirsty, they take a picture of you. Like, no, I wasn't asleep.
And now they're gonna legalize it all over. Lord.
That female, I was not. It was a whole nother like it was the same thing, but it's just like the wrong girl. And you were like reacting to it like it wasn't that. That wasn't her.
Okay.
Like I'm not admitting I wasn't wrong. It wasn't her.
It wasn't her.
And even to this day, she has in her head that like I had feelings for her. Like you used to love her, and because of the things that she say.
Because
like
I've seen him in text message tell this girl, oh, I love you. You know I'm not leaving you. Why are you
I don't
acting
like
this
saying
way?
that.
I
If
love
I
you.
say I love you, it's like, oh, you brought me some cigars or something to eat when I couldn't have a ride. Oh, I love you forever. It's like friendship. I don't play with the love word like that. No, if that was the case, it wasn't. But I don't think that was what she
Ms.
saw.
Brown, you also contend that you believe he's cheating on you because he doesn't acknowledge you on social media. Explain that to me.
He's on every social site possible, and on every single one of them, he's been single since I met him. There's multiple females on these different sites. Like, he won't admit it. Just recently, he finally put on Facebook that he's married, but he's still going to deny, oh, that was just some Facebook stuff. She hacked my page. I didn't put that. Facebook won't let me change it. Like,
I have say things, I post things of us, but it's like the work I do. Like, if I give you my business.
What work do you do?
Okay, like everyone wants to be a rapper now. I'm not trying to be a rapper, but I get money off of it. You can record someone. I can make you an album cover.
But so what, you're like a production, or you're a producer, or you?
I can do. I don't want to say
promoter?
one thing, but like a lot of things on one. Like I taught myself how to do film, how to edit video. Like anything that a rapper can do, I can charge you for something.
Okay,
like,
well let's. I want to, which is very skillful. I mean, I'm proud of that for you. But I do understand that finances is a problem, so that's what I want to turn my attention to now. Let me ask you this, Mr. Shade. You know, I understand tomorrow money based upon goals and dreams, but you're making right now babies. Don't you feel like you have a right now responsibility to the babies that you're making right now? Do you believe Jontel has been faithful since he married Moriana? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court. I want to talk a little bit about Mr. Shade's business. You say he needs to stop doing what he's doing and get a real job. Why don't you tell me why you think what he's doing isn't a real job and he's not meeting his financial burdens? And Mr. Shade, you tell me what you did to the business you did have.
I just feel like it's secondary. Yes, it'll bring in some money, but more money can come from a 9 to 5. You can do that on off days. Mm-hmm. And it's mostly future money that's coming. Okay, well, I need to do this, and then the money's gonna come here, whereas bills are due today. We can't put these bills off for what's gonna come in the future.
Now, you're working, correct?
Yes.
Even though he's starting out a business and it's not doing a lot right now, is he doing something? Is he trying? What, the money he brings in, does he bring it to the house?
Sometimes he will, but then his big thing is, oh, I have to invest in myself. He paid for everything, so he's like, well, I can't use this money for this right now. I have to go and put it into this. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like certain things should come before bills. Bills get paid, and then you do that.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Shade. You know, I understand tomorrow money based upon goals and dreams, but you're making right now babies. Don't you feel like you have a right now responsibility to the babies that you're making right now before your dreams tomorrow?
Yes. But I also know a lot of people that do 9 to 5 and they're still struggling, and then they get another 9 to 5, and then they still, like, something don't work out. They're too tired. Then they get late one day, then they get fired, then they get evicted. Like, that's only gonna happen for how much? I'm not trying to keep chasing this check.
Well, that's some people, and other people get a 9 to 5 and do quite well.
Yeah, that's cool, but I mean, that's cool. Like, I don't want you to get the impression that I don't. Like, I do temp work here and there to get checks, yes. But as far as all of my time into something that I know I'm not gonna get enough money.
Mr. Shade, you forgot the papers that you wrote here, because you said you won't work a job you don't love.
And that's what I mean. Like, when I do the temp jobs and stuff, that, like, first of all, she's responsible. That's one of the reasons I love her. I understand that she's responsible. She wants to be. That's bad? Like, I love that she's responsible. Why are y'all booing that? It's nothing wrong with being responsible. That's why I do the work, and I do go and put out apps and everything. So when I do work the temp jobs, that is to get them on. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong with me. I'm not saying that I don't want to work. It's just when I do bring the money, and I know that damn, I got off track. I'm sorry.
I tell this story all the time, but I can't help myself. My father had a doctorate in law in 1947. Not one white law firm would let him in. So you know what he did? He worked in a linoleum factory to feed his family. He had a doctorate in law, a genius level IQ, and worked in a linoleum factory.
And he liked law.
Like this, like that, like this, like that, because he had to feed those people right now. He worked law on Tuesday.
Again, I have nothing wrong with
But
working.
what I'm saying to you is that's what a man does. He makes his wife and his kids secure and safe, whether he likes the job or not, whether he enjoys it or not, and whether or not it's a step to his dreams. You do what you got to do until what you want to do gets you what
I
you
agree.
needed to have.
I don't disagree.
Do you think Jontel needs to get a steady, normal job? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Ms. Brown and Mr. Shade, I've been messing with you, but I like you. You're cute as the dickens, Ms. Brown. You really are. She said something really nice about you in the paper. She said the best thing about you is the sex. So apparently you're throwing it down at home, so congratulations on that. Ms. Brown, I know for a fact you want to keep this man because you wouldn't be acting like a stone cold fool, which you do every time you get concerned. What do you want from me that you think will help save this marriage?
Make him stop cheating. Say something to him to convince him that his cheating is not okay, because he finds some way to justify it every single time.
Now, Mr. Shade, your response to that would be what? I'm just not cheating, you're misinterpreting the messages? Is that what?
Okay, like it's a problem that you said the main thing that she likes is the sex. That's why she assumes I'm cheating. If you think my sex is that good, she thinks I'm giving it to everybody when I leave down the street to go to the store or something.
Because he's already said himself, everybody deserves to have some of him at some point in life.
Did you say that, Mr. Shade? That's like a bullet to the head.
It's no way to make it sound good.
No, okay, just let it go, let it go, Mr.
Let me just
Shade.
give you
Let
an
it go,
example.
Mr. Shade.
Let me just give you an example.
Here's what I want from you. What can you do for Ms. Brown that you could do to make her more secure? She's bringing in your next baby to the world. Until she's secure and calm and not tasing people. Your children don't have a good environment. What can you do to change your behavior to make her feel more secure?
Stay home more, which I do. Even when we're fighting, we might separate in the house, but I'm not just gonna disappear.
Stay on the positive, Mr. Shade.
Okay, yes.
Stay on the positive. Okay. You can stay off the I love yous or whatever on social media.
That was one time. That didn't happen, miss. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I give up.
I'm sorry.
Here we go, Ms. Brown. I'm gonna say this to you. Mr. Shade has the ability to talk himself into any reality he wants to live in, and people who have that ability rarely change their actions because they can convince themselves of whatever they want, and it's true. And so they don't see a need to train. I was trying to get the marriage back together. I think you need to be a little less ludicrous in your responses, but if it were me, I'd quit procreating and walk on. I really would. I really would. Mr. Shade, if I were you and I really wanted this woman, I would be home. I would be, flipping burgers. I'd still be doing my other business. I'd be calling her extra because she's extra sure where you are. I would go over the top, overboard to make sure that the woman that's carrying my child is comfortable and gets what she needs. That's what I would do. I can't make you. All I can do is tell you, best of luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
I have a lot of work to do to try to regain her trust, and right now I can just continue to do what I have been doing, like staying home, and trying to keep something more stable as far as employment.
Judge Lynn gave Jontel a lot of advice. I don't know if he will follow it, if he will be able to stick to it, or if it will just be a temporary change, but I hope she got through to him.